A very good morning, student. Let me start today physics class. The topic is moment of inertia. So, what is meant by moment of inertia? Moment of inertia is defined as the product of the mass and the distance square. Simply says product of the mass and the distance square. That means I is equal to m mass square. In the expression for torque and angular momentum for rigid bodies which are considered as bulk objects, we have come across the terms summation of m I ri square. This quantity is called moment of inertia I of the bulk objects. For point mass m1 at a distance r1 from the fixed axis, the moment of inertia is given as mi ri square. Moment of inertia for point mass I is equal to m1 r1 square. Then moment of inertia for bulk modulus, bulk object, I is equal to summation of m1 r1 square. The translational motion, mass is a measure of inertia. In the same way, for rotational motion, moment of inertia is measured of rotational inertia. What is meant by translation motion? What is meant by rotational motion? Translation motion means the object which is moved from one place to the another place by an external force. That is the translational motion, because the object transfers from one place to the another place with the help of an external force. Rotational motion means the object rotate about an axis. Example, fan and grinder. Then any motors. Rotatory motion. So, rotate the blades about an axis. Example, fan, rotate the blade about an axis. It is nothing but rotational motion. So, the translation motion, mass is a measure of inertia. In the same way, for rotational motion, the moment of inertia is a measure of rotational inertia. The unit of moment of inertia is kilogram meter square, because what is the unit of mass? Unit of mass is kilogram. What is the unit of distance? Meter. Here distance r square means meter square. So I is equal to m r square. M is nothing but kilogram, R is nothing but m, meter. That means kilogram meter square. That is the unit of moment of inertia. Its dimension is ml square, because dimension of mass is capital M. Dimension of distance is capital L. Here capital M into L square. That is the dimensional unit of moment of inertia. This is very, very important. Objective type. Then in general, mass is an invariable quantity. Mass is an invariable, because according to the Newton statement, mass does not vary from place to place. Mass does not vary from place to place from the Newton statement. So, invariable quantity of matter. Mass is an invariable quantity of matter, except for motion comparable to that of light. But that moment of inertia of a body is not an invariable quantity. Is not an invariable quantity. It depends not only on the mass of the body. It depends not only on the mass of the body, but also on the way the mass is distributed around the axis of rotation. Once again repeat, this point is very, very important point. Please note it down. It depends not only on the mass of the body, but also on the way the mass is distributed around the axis of rotation. The next, to find the moment of inertia of a uniformly distributed mass, we have to consider an infinitesimally small mass dm. It is represent dm. That means infinitesimally small mass dm as a point mass and take its position smaller. The mass of the body which is placed at the position of smaller with respect to an axis. The moment of inertia of this point mass can now be written as di. Already we know the formula for the moment of inertia. I is equal to m into r square. Here di is equal to, differentiate the term di means the mass also differentiated. So di is equal to dm into r square. We get the moment of inertia of the entire bulk object by integrating the above expression. We get the moment of inertia of the entire bulk object by integrating the above expression. Integrating this term, I is equal to moment of inertia is equal to integration of di is equal to integration of dm into r square. What is the purpose of integration? To find the moment of inertia of the entire bulk object. So we have to find out the moment of inertia of the entire bulk object, means definitely we should use the integration, because integration terms calculating from initial to final region. So that is why we can take the integration part. I is equal to integration of di is equal to integration of dm into r square. This differentiation term di and dm, it is only calculate the small range. It is only calculate the small mass. But the integration method, which is calculate the total entire mass of the system, that means entire bulk object. We have to calculate the entire bulk object of the moment of inertia. So that is why let me take the integration part. I is equal to integration of di is equal to integration of dm into r square. So integration of di is nothing but I. That is the formula. Integration of dx is equal to x. Here integration of di is equal to I. Here the term dm into r square is the constant term. The dm only variable term. Integration symbol is only integrated the differentiate value. That means dm. So integration of dm is nothing but m. Here I is equal to integration of r square into dm. We can use the above expression for the determining the moment of inertia of the sum of the common bulk objects of interest like rod, ring, disc, sphere, etc. Once again repeat. Moment of inertia of some of the common bulk objects of interest like rod, ring, disc, sphere and etc. First of all, we should calculate the moment of inertia of a uniform rod. Let me take the uniform rod. This is the uniform rod. So to find out the value of moment of inertia of this uniform rod. Why we called this is the uniform rod? Because the length and breadth are equal in each and every point. Length and breadth are equal in each and every point. That is why this rod is like say that uniform rod. So let me calculate the value of moment of inertia of a uniform rod. This is the important 3 mark question. Listen carefully. Let us consider the uniform rod of mass m and length dm and length l, small l. Let us find an expression for the moment of inertia of this rod about an axis. This is the axis. About an axis that passes through the center of mass and perpendicular. This line is the perpendicular to the rod. This axis line is perpendicular to the rod. First an origin is to be fixed for the coordinate system so that it coincide with the center of mass. So first of all we fixed origin point, it is coincide with the center of mass, which is also a geometric center. This is the geometric center of the rod. The rod is now along the x-axis. So this is the x-axis. So rod is placed along the x-axis. We take an infinitesimally small mass. So this is a small mass. We have to take infinitesimally small mass dm. This represents dm at a distance x from the origin. So this dm mass from the origin, distance from the origin, it is represent small x from the origin. The moment of inertia di of this mass dm about the axis is, what is the formula? Di is equal to dm into x square. Formula is di is equal to dm into x square. As the mass is uniformly distributed, the mass per unit length, listen carefully, as a mass uniformly distributed, because the rod is uniform rod. That is why the mass also distributed in uniform manner. So uniformly distributed, the mass per unit length lambda, the symbol is called lambda. Mass per unit length lambda of the rod is, lambda is equal to mass per unit length means m by l. Mass, the term mass per unit length we can write in equation method means m by l, capital M divided by l. Capital M means total mass, that is the infinitesimal mass, the total mass of the rod. Lambda is equal to capital M divided by L. Here the dm, mass of infinitesimally small length, dm is equal to lambda into dx. Lambda into dx. What is the value of lambda? Lambda is nothing but capital M by L. So capital M divided by L, just substituting the value of lambda, the lambda can be replaced as M by L into dx. So moment of inertia I of the entire rod can be found by integrating di. So already we discussed this integration term. Why we used this integration method means we have to calculate the entire moment of inertia of the entire rod. So I is equal to integration of di is equal to integration of, what is the value of, what is the formula for di? dm into x square. Here what is the value of dm? dm is nothing but capital M divided by small l into dx. Just substituting the value of dm. So that dm can be replaced as capital M divided by L into dx into x square. Now remove the common term. Remove the constant value, remove the constant value. Capital M and divided by small l is the constant value. Why? The mass of the rod, it will not change. Then the length of the rod also is not changed. It does not change. That is why this rod is called as a uniform rod. So the mass and length of the rod, it does not change. That is why we consider the constant value. Capital M divided by small l is the constant value. Constant term, it is not differentiated by the integration method. Constant term, it is not integrated. Constant term, it is not integrated. So that is why we can remove the constant term from this integration symbol. So m by l, remove the m by l. Then in the integration only the x square into dx, because the distance only changes from the origin point. So that is why integration of x square into dx. So I is equal to, this equation can be written as I is equal to, the constant term is m by l, that is removed from the integration method. Then integration of x square into dx. As the mass is distributed on either side of the origin, here either side of the origin. This mass is distributed either side of the margin. This is one margin, this is one margin. This is the center of the system. Either side of the origin. Here, either side of the origin. This is the origin point. The limits for integration are taken from, limits are start from minus L by L2 to plus L by L2, because this is half of the length, this is also the half of the length from the origin. That is why this length towards left hand side means it is the negative axis, that means negative x axis. That is why minus L by L, L by 2. This is positive x axis, that is why plus L by 2. The limits are start from minus L by 2 to maximum value is plus L by 2, because this is plus x axis, this is minus x axis. So the limits from integration are taken from minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. Now substituting the limits through this equation, we get I is equal to capital M divided by small l into integration of minus L by 2, this is the origin to maximum, that means final, plus L by 2 into x square into dx. Just substituting the limits in this integration method. Then integrate this term x square into dx. What is the formula for the x square into dx? This square term is nothing but consider as a n. Formula is x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So integration of x square into dx is nothing but x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. N value is 2. So that is why x power 2 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is nothing but 3. X cube divided by 2 plus 1 is 3. So m by l into, according to the integration formula, x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Here n value is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So that is why x power 3 divided by again n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. N value is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So x cube divided by 3. Then substituting the limits, minus L by 2, that is the minimum value 2. Maximum value is plus L by 2. Now I is equal to m by L into, now substituting the value final minus initial. Final value minus initial. Final value is plus L by 2. Initial value is minus L by 2. So just substituting this, x replaced as L by 2. L by 2 the whole cube is nothing but L cube divided by 8. Already 3 is here. So 8 into 3, 24. Once again repeat. Just substituting the value of final value in this x term, L by 2 the whole power cube. So L by 2 the whole power cube means L cube divided by 2 power cube is nothing but 8. Already the 3 term 3 is here. So 8 into 3s are 24. That is why L cube divided by 24. Upper limit minus, that means final value minus initial value. Upper limits is L cube divided plus L cube divided by 24 minus lower limit, minus of lower limit value is minus L by 2. Just substituting the value of minus L by 2, this x can be replaced as minus L by 2. So minus L cube divided by 8 into 3, 24. So minus of minus L cube divided by 24, minus into minus plus. So L cube divided by 24 plus L cube divided by 24. So m by L into L cube divided by 24 plus L cube divided by 24. So L cube divided by 24 plus L cube divided by 24 is 2L cube divided by 24. So the next step is I is equal to m by L into 2 into L cube divided by 24. So divided these two terms, 2 divided by 24 is nothing but 1 2s are 12, 2s are 24. So the equation can be written as I is equal to 1 by 12 into ml square. So ml square, here also L cancel by the L cube by cancel by small another one L. So 1 L should be cancelled. So remaining term is L square. So ml square divided by 12. ml square. I is equal to ml square divided by 12. That means moment of inertia of the uniform rod is ml square divided by 12. ml square divided by 12 is the moment of inertia of the uniform rod. This is the important 3-mark question. The next topic is, again we should calculate the value of moment of inertia of a uniform ring. Moment of inertia of a uniform ring. Let us consider a uniform ring because each and every point of width of the ring is equal. So width of the ring in each and every point is equal. That is why the ring is called as a uniform ring. Let us consider the uniform ring or thickness of the ring. Each and every point of the thickness of the ring is equal or same. That is why we call uniform ring. Let us consider a uniform ring of mass and radius capital R. To find the moment of inertia of the ring about an axis passing through its center and the perpendicular to the plane. This is the center. Axis is center, but perpendicular to the plane of the ring. So the moment of inertia of the ring of an axis passing through its center to the and perpendicular to the plane. Let us take an infinitesimal mass. Here, this is the infinitesimal mass, small mass, dm, of the length dx. The length of infinitesimal small mass is represent dx of the ring. This dm is located at the distance capital R. This dm is located at a distance of R, capital R, here capital R, which is the radius of the ring, from the axis. Then the moment of inertia, already we know the formula for the moment of inertia. Di of this small mass dm is di is equal to dm into r square, capital R square. Here the length of the ring is its circumference, so 2 pi r. Length of the ring is considered as a circumference of the circle. Circumference of this ring, circumference of the circle. Formula for the circumference of the circle is nothing but 2 pi r, capital R. As the mass is uniformly distributed, the mass per unit length lambda is equal to mass by length. That means capital M divided by length is considered as a circumference of the ring. That is why 2 pi capital R. Now the mass dm of the infinitesimally small length is dm is equal to lambda into dx. dm is equal to lambda into dx. Here what is the value of lambda? Lambda is nothing but capital M divided by 2 pi r. Capital M divided by 2 pi r. Just substituting the lambda value through this equation, we get M by lambda can be written as capital M divided by 2 pi r into dx. Now the moment of inertia I of the entire ring is, so that is why let me take the integration term. So I is equal to integration of di. What is the value formula for the di? Dm into r square. So integration of dm into r square. What is the value of dm? Dm is nothing but m by capital M divided by 2 pi into capital R into dx. So just substituting this value through this equation, we get dm can be replaced as capital M divided by 2 pi R into dx into r square. So capital M divided by 2 pi is the constant term. It is not vary throughout the ring. That means mass of the ring does not vary, and then the value 2 pi is also does not vary. So that is why remove the integration term. constant values are removed from integration term. So m by 2 pi, this r is cancelled to each other. So remaining 1 r only here. So m, capital M into capital R divided by 2 pi integration of dx. Integration of dx is nothing but x. Formula for the integration of dx is nothing but x. To cover the entire length of the ring, the limits of integration are taken from 0 to 2 pi r, because here start from 0 to complete one circle means 2 pi r. So initial value is 0, final value is 2 pi r. So that is why the limits are taken from 0 to 2 pi r. So I is equal to m, capital R divided by 2 pi into integration of limits are substituting here 0 to 2 pi r into dx. So integration of dx is nothing but x. So I is equal to capital M, capital R divided by 2 pi into x. The limits are 0 to 2 pi r. Now substituting the limits, upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit value is 2 pi r, lower limit value is 0. Just substituting in this x term, we get m by r, capital M, capital R divided by 2 pi into upper limit value is 2 pi r. Just substituting the value 2 pi r in this x term. So 2 pi r minus lower limit is 0. 2 pi r minus 0. 2 pi cancel to each other. R into r square. So the moment of inertia of the uniform ring is I is equal to m r square. That means capital M into capital R square. Once again repeat, moment of inertia of the uniform ring. Uniform ring is capital M into capital R square. This question also important, 3 mark question from your 5th lesson. The next, we should calculate the value of moment of inertia of a uniform disk. Here this is a uniform disk. Consider a disk of mass capital M and the radius capital R. This is made up of many infinitesimally small rings. Consider one such ring of mass dm and thickness is considered as a dr and radius small r. The moment of inertia di of this small ring is, already we know the formula for the moment of inertia, di is equal to dm into r square. As the mass is uniformly distributed, the mass per unit area, that means sigma is equal to mass by area. So mass is capital M divided by area of the circle is nothing but pi r square, pi into capital R square. The mass of the infinitesimally small ring is dm. dm is equal to, this is the formula for the infinitesimally small mass, sigma into 2 pi r into dr. What is the value of sigma? Sigma is nothing but capital M divided by pi into r square. Just substituting the value of capital M divided by pi into r square in this sigma value, m by pi into r square into 2 pi r into dr. The next step is where the term 2 pi r into dr is the area of this elemental ring. 2 pi r is the length and dr is the thickness. 2 pi r is the length and dr is the thickness. dm can be written as 2m divided by capital R square into r into dr. 2m divided by capital R square into r into dr. Just substituting this value, dm value, in this equation, we get di is equal to 2m divided by capital R square into small r cube into dr. Because here this is 1 r, the equation already in the r square. R square into r is nothing but r cube. So that is why 2m divided by capital R square into r cube into dr. The moment of inertia capital I of the entire disk is I is equal to integration of di. So why we used this integration term? We have to calculate the moment of inertia I of the entire disk. So that is why we can take the integration method. I is equal to integration of di. So I is equal to integration of limits are 0 to capital R. Here the limits are 0 to, from the origin to the final point is 0 to capital R. Into di value is just substituting the di value through this equation, we get 2 capital M divided by capital R square into R cube into dr is equal to constant term is 2m divided by r square, remove from the integration. So 2 capital M divided by r square into integration of 0 to capital R into r cube into dr, r cube into dr. Now integration this r cube into dr means x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Here r power 3 plus 1 divided by 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 is number 4. So r power 4 divided by 4. Limits are 0 to r is equal to 2 into capital M divided by r square, capital R square into substituting the limits. In this r term we get r can be replaced, small r is can be replaced as, that means substituting in this small r term we get capital R power 4 divided by 4, then 0 anything divided 0 divided by anything 0. So that is why capital R power 4 divided by 4 minus 0. So here r square and r power 4 cancel each other, remaining term is r square. So here 1 2s are 2 2s are, the answer is I is equal to 1 by 2 mr square divided by 2. So the value of moment of inertia of the uniform disk is capital M capital R square divided by 2 or 1 by 2 mr square. I is equal to 1 by 2 mr square. Thank you.